Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. The Los Angeles Dodgers find themselves in an increasingly worrisome situation regarding one of their most important players, as signs strongly point toward an imminent trip to the injured list for all-star pitcher Tyler Glasno. In what has become a developing story filled with concern and frustration, subtle but telling developments have emerged from the Dodgers clubhouse, offering clear indications that the team is preparing for a roster move that could sideline one of its top talents. On Monday, Los Angeles Times reporter Jack Harris noted the presence of pitcher Noah Davis inside the Dodgers clubhouse. Under normal circumstances, Davis, who was recently optioned to AAA, would not be eligible to immediately rejoin the major league roster unless there was a corresponding transaction, specifically the placement of another player on the show. Injured list. Davis's unexpected reappearance strongly suggests that such a move is imminent. While the Dodgers have not yet made any formal announcements regarding Tyler Glasnow's status, the writing appears to be on the wall. The very fact that Davis has been brought back into the fold signals that the team is bracing for the likelihood that Glasno will be sidelined, at least temporarily. The timing of these developments coincides with Glasnow's ongoing and troubling health issues. Glasno last took the mound for the Dodgers on Sunday, but his outing was alarmingly brief. After pitching just a single inning, Glasno was seen laboring during his warm-up for the second inning and was ultimately forced to leave the game due to noticeable discomfort in his shoulder. The abrupt and early departure immediately raised red flags, not only because of its suddenness, but also because it continued an unsettling trend for Glasno. In fact, Sunday's incident marked the second consecutive start in which Glasno could not complete his scheduled workload. In his previous outing, he managed to pitch 4 innings, but disaster struck again when he attempted to begin the 5th. After throwing just 1 pitch, he was overcome by leg cramps and was once again forced to exit early. Although leg cramps and shoulder discomfort are 2 distinctly different issues, the back-to-back nature of these physical setbacks has created growing concern about Glasnow's overall health and durability. Speaking candidly after his latest abbreviated appearance, Glasno opened up about his frustrations and the toll these recurring health issues have taken on him mentally and emotionally. His remarks provided a raw glimpse into the mindset of a talented athlete struggling to reconcile his desire to perform at the highest level with a body that seems increasingly unwilling to cooperate. "I'm just obsessed with trying to figure out what's going on," Glasno confessed, his voice heavy with frustration and fatigue. "And it's been like this for a few years. I'm trying to find a way to stay healthy, and I'll try to do whatever. I just don't really have an answer right now, and I think that's the most frustrating thing. It's not like a lack of trying." There was an unmistakable sadness and sincerity in Glasno's tone as he continued, expressing deep empathy not just for himself but for his teammates, the organization, and the fans who support him. "It's just kind of getting exhausting at this point," he said, pausing as if searching for the right words to describe his weariness. "I know it's probably exhausting for a lot of people, for me especially. But I feel bad for my teammates. I feel bad for people watching. It's a very frustrating situation for me. It's hard." For Dodgers fans and for Glasno himself, this is not unfamiliar territory. Last season, Glasno's campaign was similarly derailed when he was diagnosed with elbow tendonitis in August. That injury sidelined him for a significant portion of the closing stretch of the regular season and forced him to miss the entirety of the Dodgers' October championship push. Given the immense expectations placed upon him when he's healthy, these recurring physical breakdowns have been as painful to watch as they have been to endure. Manager Dave Roberts, who has had to balance the dual roles of optimist and realist when speaking about injuries to key players, did little to downplay the seriousness of Glasnow's situation when addressing the media after Sunday's game. Roberts carefully chose his words, but nonetheless hinted that a stint on the injured list was almost inevitable given the circumstances. "We have to get him to a place that we feel, and he feels, that when he takes the mound," Roberts said, "he can go out there and be the guy that he's capable of being. Until we get to that point, I think that the injured list is certainly a conversation. Roberts' comments made it clear that the Dodgers' priority is ensuring that Glasno does not continue to pitch at less than full strength, risking further injury or prolonged ineffectiveness. The organization understands that Glasnow's value lies not merely in having him available, but in having him available and capable of performing at the elite level that made him an all-star. Anything short of that standard not only compromises Glasnow's future, but also jeopardizes the team's aspirations for success this season. The looming question now is how long Glasno might be sidelined if, as expected, he is placed on the injured list. Shoulder discomfort can be notoriously tricky to diagnose and treat, especially for pitchers whose mechanics and velocity depend heavily on arm strength and flexibility. The possibility that Glasnow's current issues are connected to deeper structural concerns cannot be ignored. Though no specific diagnosis has been officially released by the team as of yet, further complicating matters is the psychological impact that a prolonged absence could have on Glasno, who by his own admission has battled not only physical injuries but also the mental fatigue that comes from repeated setbacks. Recovering physically is one thing. Maintaining the mental resilience necessary to trust one's body again after multiple injuries is an entirely different challenge, and one that Glasno seems all too familiar with. In the meantime, the Dodgers will have to make adjustments to their starting rotation and pitching staff as a whole. The reintroduction of Noah Davis provides some immediate depth, but replacing the caliber of a healthy Tyler Glasno is an almost impossible task. Davis, while talented, does not bring the same dominant presence to the mound, and the Dodgers will likely explore additional options if Glasnow's absence extends beyond the minimum 15-day injured list stint. For fans, it's a deeply disappointing turn of events. Tyler Glasno, when fully healthy, is among the most electrifying pitchers in Major League Baseball. His combination of overpowering fastballs, devastating breaking pitches, and imposing mound presence makes him a must-watch player every time. He steps onto the field. His ability to change the dynamics of a game with a single pitch is a rare gift, and his potential to anchor the Dodgers' rotation was a major factor in the team's preseason optimism. Now all of that is on hold, waiting on medical evaluations, updates, and hopefully signs of improvement. Until then, the only certainty is uncertainty itself. Tyler Glasno, the Dodgers and their fans will be holding their collective breath, hoping that this latest setback proves to be only a temporary detour and not a major derailment on the road to a championship season. As of now, no formal transaction has been made, and Glasno remains technically on the active roster. But with each passing hour, the indications grow stronger that a roster move is just around the corner. Noah Davis's presence, Tyler Glasno's physical struggles, Dave Roberts' somber tone, all point in one unmistakable direction. The Dodgers are preparing for life, at least for now, without one of their brightest stars. And for Tyler Glasno, the battle to stay healthy, a battle that has consumed years of his promising career, continues. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. In a move that is sending shockwaves across Major League Baseball, Corey Seager is heading back to Los Angeles. Yes, you heard that right. Corey Seager, the star shortstop who originally made his name wearing Dodger blue, has officially signed a 3-year contract to rejoin the Los Angeles Dodgers. After months of speculation, rumors, and anxious waiting by fans, it's now official. Seager is back where many believe he always belonged, returning to a franchise where he not only grew up as a player, but became a legend in his own right. This 3-year deal marks a stunning chapter in both Seager's career and the Dodgers' ongoing quest to remain among baseball's elite. Now, let's take a step back for a moment and look at the bigger picture, because this move didn't just happen overnight. For the Dodgers, the decision to bring Seager back wasn't just about nostalgia or selling more jerseys. It was a calculated, strategic move to reinforce their lineup with one of the game's premier talents. Even after Seager left the Dodgers, a few seasons ago to sign that massive contract with the Texas Rangers, there was always this lingering sense that someday, somehow, he might find his way back to Los Angeles. The organization never fully replaced what Seager brought to the team. The clutch hitting, the steady presence at shortstop, the leadership in the clubhouse. And now, with his new 3-year deal, the Dodgers are betting that Seager still has plenty left in the tank to help them chase more titles. For Corey Seager himself, this move feels like a full circle moment. His time with the Rangers was marked by incredible success, culminating in a historic World Series MVP performance that cemented his place among the greats of the modern era. He proved he could be the guy, not just in Los Angeles, but anywhere. However, there's something special about returning to the place where you first became a star. Seager's bond with Dodgers fans never really faded, even when he was racking up accolades in another uniform. And now, at just 31 years old, he's bringing his talents back to one of baseball's biggest stages, ready to write the next chapter of what's already been a brilliant career. The financial details of the deal are as eye-popping as you'd expect for a player of Seager's caliber. While specific figures are still trickling out, early reports suggest the contract includes significant annual salaries, along with a variety of performance bonuses that could make it even more lucrative. But beyond the dollars and cents, this is about a commitment from the Dodgers to go all in on winning now, and a commitment from Seager to help lead that charge. A 3-year deal might seem relatively short compared to some of the decade-long contracts we've seen handed out recently, but it's the perfect length for both sides. It gives Seager a chance to maximize his value again when he's still in his prime. And it gives the Dodgers the flexibility they crave as they build around a dynamic core. And let's not overlook what this means for the Dodgers lineup going forward. Adding Seager back into the mix instantly upgrades the offense and tightens up the defense in a major way. Imagine a batting order that already features Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Will Smith, now being supplemented by a rejuvenated Corey Seager. That's downright scary for opposing pitchers. Seager brings not only power from the left side, but also an incredible ability to control at-bats, work counts, and deliver in the clutch. His postseason pedigree is practically unmatched among active players, and the Dodgers know firsthand just how valuable that can be when October baseball rolls around. In the clubhouse, Seager's return is going to resonate just as loudly. He was always respected by teammates for his quiet leadership, his work ethic, and his ability to lead by example. Younger players coming up through the Dodgers system are going to have the opportunity to learn from a guy who's been through the wars, who's won at the highest levels, and who knows exactly what it takes to succeed under the bright lights of Los Angeles. For a team that's blending veteran talent with rising stars, Seager's presence could be the glue that helps bind everything together. Now, of course, any signing comes with its share of questions. Can Seager stay healthy? That's going to be a huge storyline to watch. Injuries have cropped up at various points throughout his career, and the Dodgers will need to manage his workload carefully to make sure he's fresh and ready when it matters most. But when he's right, when he's on the field, Corey Seager remains one of the most dangerous hitters in all of baseball. His combination of power, plate discipline, and pure hitting ability is a rare blend that very few players possess. It's also worth noting what this signing says about the Dodgers' mindset heading into this season and beyond. They're not satisfied with just making deep playoff runs. They're chasing rings, period. The front office has shown time and time again that they're willing to spend big, trade boldly, and make aggressive moves to keep the championship window open. Bringing back a player like Seager, someone who knows the organization inside and out, is a perfect reflection of that philosophy. It's about trust, familiarity, and a shared belief in what's possible when all the pieces come together. For Dodgers fans, today's a day to celebrate. Corey Seager's return is more than just a transaction. It's a homecoming, a reunion, and a revival of something special. Memories of Seager's heroics during the 2020 postseason are still fresh in the minds of many, and now there's a real chance to create new memories, new moments of magic with number 5 back in the fold. The fans never forgot him, and based on Seager's own comments after signing a deal, he never forgot them either. This isn't just business. It's personal, emotional, and deeply meaningful for everyone involved. Across the league, rival teams are surely taking notice. The Dodgers were already a force to be reckoned with, and now they've added another elite bat to their arsenal. The balance of power in the National League might just have shifted once again. Pitchers who thought they could breathe a little easier without Seager in the division are going to have to rethink their strategies. And postseason opponents who thought the Dodgers might be vulnerable are going to have to contend with a lineup that's even deeper, even more dangerous, and even more experienced than before. As we look ahead, the possibilities are endless. Could this be the spark that leads to another World Series title? Could Seager and the Dodgers recapture the magic that brought them to the mountaintop just a few years ago? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, Los Angeles is once again a city of hope, excitement, and dreams. And Corey Seager is right at the center of it all. In a sport where loyalty sometimes feels like a relic of the past, this move reminds us that some bonds are simply too strong to break. Corey Seager and the Dodgers were always connected by something deeper than contracts or stat sheets. It was about history, passion, and the unshakable belief that some chapters are never truly finished until they're given a proper ending. With this 3-year deal, a new story begins. And if the past is any indication, it's going to be one hell of a ride. So buckle up, Dodgers fans. The Corey Seager era, part 2, is officially underway. And if the first act was any indication, we're all in for something unforgettable. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.